Alright, so this is not something you guys get to see every day, happens exclusively only on our channel, and what I'll be showing you today is my brand new most powerful workstation PC. Let's get started. Hey guys, this is Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be lit guys, because what I'll be showing you is the most powerful workstation PC I've ever unboxed on my channel. And not only that guys, this is the world's first AMD Threadripper Pro powered workstation PC from Lenovo. Thing is, Lenovo has just recently launched their brand new workstation pre-built PCs in India by the name ThinkStation series, and in this series they've got like a lot of different models and configurations that you can choose from the most affordable to like top notch, top end, most powerful PCs guys. So today what we'll be checking out is called as the ThinkStation P620, and this one is powered by AMD's Threadripper Pro CPU. And in Threadripper Pro also guys, you get like a lot of configuration starting from 12 core Threadripper Pro CPU to almost 64 core CPU. The one we have right now is a 32 core variant and is powered by Quadro RTX 5000 graphic card guys, that comes with like 16 gigs of VRAM. I'm like super excited to unbox and show you this brand new PC. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here's our new workstation PC called the ThinkStation P620 from Lenovo. Comes in this sort of huge box packaging. It's a simple cardboard box with the Lenovo branding and says ThinkStation on the front. And going to the side, we've got some info and details regarding the product. As mentioned earlier, the model is P620 and this is powered by AMD's Threadripper Pro 32-core CPU. It's also available up to 64-core variant. I'll tell you about the exact specs and pricing details at a later part in the video. By the way, I've already told you right, ThinkStation is a pre-built workstation PC made for professionals like filmmakers, video editors, and content creators where you require uncompromised level of performance. And let me tell you, the P620 is no joke. It's got like mad level specs that'll totally blow out everything. I'm super excited to see this thing in action. So let's unbox it and see what do we have on the inside. Okay, so as soon as you open it, we have a small box at the top, must be for the accessories. Let me show you. You get a mains card for the PC, a wired Lenovo branded mouse free in the box, and some paperwork. Make sure to read them for all the info. Alright, these were all the accessories. Keeping them aside, here's the PC that we've all been waiting for. Let me just take it out of the box. The P620 is available only in one color for now, which is black and comes nicely packed like this. Oh, the PC actually looks quite compact in size, considering that it packs monster level specs on the inside. Finally, the moment of truth. Here you go, our brand new Threadripper monster PC from Lenovo, the ThinkStation P620. Let me give you all a closer look and talk about the design and the build quality. See, the P620 is mainly made for industry professionals and serious content creators who do not prefer having any sort of distractions like RGB lighting or stuff like that. So don't expect visual aesthetics or RGB lighting on this system. You're not gonna get that gaming vibe here. It's got a simple, class, modern design that sort of looks like those server PCs in the market. The entire body is made of metal, all steel construction, and has a ThinkStation branding on the front panel. If you ask about the dimensions, it's around 17.5 inches tall and weighs about 15 kgs in weight. Quite compact I'd say for a Threadripper PC, will occupy very less space in your setup. Now let's have a walk around and see what do we have on all the sides. The first thing you'll notice is the machine offers convenient handles on the front and the back side, so you can easily carry it to different places. And coming to the front panel, the whole front panel has a honeycomb mesh design to offer ample amount of air intake and circulation inside the chassis. And here's the front panel connectivity section, which includes a power button, a 3.5mm audio jack, two USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, and two more USB Type-C ports as well. And holy moly, is this for real? I totally did not expect to see a DVD drive on a PC in 2021. But well, here you go, Lenovo has dropped it just in case you need it. That's it, there is nothing else over here except the Threadripper and the ThinkStation branding. Going to the sides, you've got the Lenovo logo on the body, and here's how the P620 looks from the backside. You've got all the rear I/O motherboard ports, 4 display ports on the GPU, and the power supply on the bottom. So what I'll do is I'll quickly open up the side panel and show you how the interiors look like. The whole system offers a complete screwless design. That means you don't need any sort of tools to open up or even upgrade the essentials on this PC. Just check out the side panel. To open it up, you just need to push this button over here like this to eject the flap, and now gently pull it up to remove the side panel. Very convenient, right? So this is how the P620 ThinkStation looks on the inside. Let me just quickly tell you about the specs of the components and the parts used in this PC. So my ThinkStation P620 is powered by AMD's Threadripper Pro 3975WX CPU, which is a 32-core 64-thread monster that offers a base clock frequency of 3.5 GHz and a max turbo frequency of up to 4.2 GHz. It's a monster CPU, guys, that is based on the same Zen 2 architecture at 7nm process, and let me tell you, this CPU is no joke. It completely blows out the competition. The internal testings from Lenovo shows that this Threadripper CPU even knocks out Intel's dual Xeon server CPU, guys. That is madness. I can't wait to put this PC to a real world test and see how it performs. Keeping that aside, if you talk about the motherboard they're using is a custom ATX motherboard which has a WRX80 chipset made specially for the Ryzen Threadripper Pro CPUs, and has a lot of stuff on it, like there are 8 DIMM slots, 2 M.2 slots for storage, and a lot of other stuff. And now looking at the RAM stakes, you might have already seen that it's got 8 DIMM DDR4 slots and all of them are already occupied, guys. This motherboard can support a maximum of up to 1 TB RAM clocked at 3200 MHz, but my variant comes with 64 GB maxed out. So each slot has 8 GB RAM stick clocked at 3200 MHz. And also, if you look at the RAMs look a bit different, right? Like 4 RAM slots are coupled together and has aluminum plates at the top with their dedicated tiny air coolers on it. Now that looks something unique. The brand has included tiny air coolers on top of the RAMs to keep the RAMs running cool. But instead of this, what I felt is the brand should have used the regular DDR4 RAM stick that comes with their own aluminum heatsink at the top. That would have made it much more easier, right? Instead of all this complicated method. Because see, in future, if a user wants to upgrade the RAM, then that would have been very easy. This looks a bit complicated for a regular user. So keeping that aside, coming to the graphic card, as I've already told you, this PC is powered by NVIDIA's Quadro RTX 5000 workstation GPU that is specially made for pro level works like animation, 3D rendering, and stuff like that. Offers 16 GB GDDR6 memory for excellent performance. I'm really looking forward to test this out also. And if you look at the power supply, they're using a 1000 watt 80 plus platinum rated power supply with 92% efficiency. And the best thing is, most of the parts on it are very easily replaceable. Look at the power supply itself. There are no cables or anything. It directly sits onto the motherboard. You just need to pull down this lever like this and the power supply ejects and comes out. You can easily replace or change it in future with no hassle at all. Same goes with other parts as well, like storage, RAM, and even the graphic card. And if you talk about the storage, guys, the motherboard has 2 M.2 slots and one of them is already occupied with a 512 GB NVMe SSD. And you can even add your own storage drives like SSDs, hard disks, depending on your requirement. There's plenty of space in the cabinet. Wait a second, I forgot to tell you about the cooling section. The Threadripper Pro has a TDP of around 280 watts, right? So I was a bit skeptical because the brand has used an air cooling solution on it. They're using a twin tower dual fan edition air cooler to keep the processor running cool. So I've actually had a conversation with the Lenovo team regarding this, and they told me that the PC doesn't heat up that much, so they didn't have to use a liquid cooler on it. So that is something I'm really looking forward to test it out, and we'll be talking about the thermals, noise, and all that in my review video, guys. So for right now, they're using an air cooling solution to keep the processor running cool. And not only that, guys, if you look at the case, there are other fans as well. Chassis fan, one at the rear side at the top and one more on the front side. These fans are also very easily replaceable, just like the power supply. Well guys, that was my unboxing and first look at this brand new workstation PC by Lenovo, the ThinkStation P620. Initial impressions, if you ask about the looks, see, the P620 looks a bit simple and minimalistic, but again, this is a workstation PC, right? Not a gaming PC. See, if you have RGB lightings or flashy stuff going on like this in your workstation PC, professionals and content creators get a bit distracted during working, guys, and that is not what they would want to happen. That is the reason brands try to keep these these sort of series, workstation PCs as minimalistic and possible. Keeping that aside, if you talk about the specs on paper of this PC look awesome, guys, like top notch, top level specs, and they offer like great performance as well. But that is something that I'm really looking forward to put it to a test and see how it performs in real world. So guys, I'll be using this workstation PC as my primary editing machine for the next couple of days, maybe like 8 to 10 days, guys, and after that I'll be giving like my complete review and feedback about the product. We'll be talking about the performance in different areas, like in video editing, animation, 3D rendering, these sort of stuff. And not only that, I know it's not a gaming PC, but I would really like to see how it performs in gaming as well. So we'll add a bit of games to testing as well, that is also included. And we'll also talk about the thermals, noise levels, upgradability part, what all sort of stuff you can change or maybe upgrade in the future, and all that stuff in my review video, guys. So stay tuned for that, it's going to be very interesting. Keeping that aside, if you guys also have like any other questions that you want to know about this product, let me know in the comment section and I'll definitely try to cover them in my review video. So lastly comes the price. So I'm not sure about the starting price of this model, but my variant, guys, costs around like 5.5 lakhs to 6 lakhs, I believe. Now you might tell that, oh my god, 5.5 lakhs, that sounds a bit expensive. But let me tell you, the Threadripper Pro 3975WX, the CPU itself costs around like 2.5 lakhs rupees. And if you talk about the GPU, they're using a Quadro RTX 5000 GPU, guys. It's a workstation level GPU, and that also costs around like 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. So only these two components are costing around 4.5 lakh rupees. So if you add up all the other parts, maintenance, and all those other stuff, if you add, I think it's a reasonable price for that. And on top of that, it's a pre-built PC, right? So it's all good to go out of the box. You don't need to do anything. Even Windows is installed on it. Just install your applications and you're good to go. Most of the creators, professionals don't have the time to build their own PCs, right? For those sort of people, this can be like very useful. So I'll just leave links to this in the description box below, guys. You can check it out there. So that is it for today. I hope you all enjoyed and got to check out this awesome product. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.